Now, rehearsal. How do we rehearse for our speeches? How do we practice our speeches? Why is rehearsal so important? When it comes to memorizing or doing anything well, you want to practice. When you're doing practice, you want to make sure you repeat things. If you don't repeat things, you don't become good at them. This applies to video games, this applies to schoolwork, this applies to memorizing, this applies to habits, this applies to exercise. Repetition is key. This is why rehearsal is so important. Now, memorizing your speech. Why do we want to memorize our speeches? If you memorize your speech, you're able to actually maximize on everything else that matters. What do we mean by this? We mean if you memorize your speech, you can focus on giving eye contact. Eye contact is important because if you look away, people think you're reading off a paper. If you look directly into the camera for your videos, then people feel like you're talking to them directly. So it's very important to make eye contact with the camera you're looking at or with the camera that's filming you. That's what's going to make your speeches really, really good. Other than this, you also want to memorize your speech so you can focus on other things such as voice variation as well. Voice variation is when we actually change the tone or pitch of our voice to try and say something like, "This is crazy!" Right? I change the pitch of my voice to make it sound like I think this is crazy, right? So when I change my pitch, you can tell that my emotions or the tone that I'm speaking in also changes. From this serious or informative tone, I change to a, how should I put this, ridiculous tone, right? This is why voice variation is important. And also, the speed I say things at is really, really important as well. If I say something really, really slowly, it sounds like I'm emphasizing on it. If I say it really, really quickly, then it doesn't sound like I'm emphasizing. It's actually harder to pick up the information. So, voice variation is also very, very important, and you should practice it as well. Other than this, your body gestures. Right now, I don't have webcam recording me. However, when you move your hands around or make specific signs with your hands, then this helps other people figure out or follow the story you're saying. If you're trying to describe someone's child, and if you're trying to say your child is a blessing and they're an explosion, right? Let's say I'm talking about someone's child. I say, your child was amazing. I bring my hands up in the air as if I'm cheering them on. I bring my hands up in the air as if I'm saying they're gigantic, right? And that's what's important. If you move around and actually use proper body gestures with your speeches, that'll make it easy for people to follow you, and it'll also make your speeches more interesting to listen and even look at as well. So make sure to focus on body gestures as well. And rehearse at least 3 times, because 3 times is your minimum. That's what you need to know. If you do any less, you're taking a massive risk. So at least rehearse or practice 3 times over. And finally, get ready to record your speeches. Make sure your camera has you in a full body frame, meaning from top to bottom. We want to see your whole body, we want to see your body gestures for your videos. And make sure all your equipment's ready, practice, look around. And we'll talk more about this, I think, in maybe part 3 when it comes to actually recording yourself. So you'll know more about setting up your camera properly. Good luck and thank you.